Yeah, it's bad news for Warriors fans as they lose by 24 on the road in Game 2, but there are some silver linings to take from this result through the first 2 games of the Western Conference Semifinals. Look, the Golden State Warriors, they did their job. They took one on the road over Minnesota, and Steph Curry hasn't played 90% of the minutes in this series so far. So I'd say that Golden State did their job, but there is a lot to improve upon as they will travel back to the Bay Area. Again, without Steph for at least the next 2 games, a prayer would be needed for him to come back in Game 5. He might not be back to the last 2 games of the series if it gets there. But we'll be live for every single one of them here on the channel. And thank you guys so much for hitting 94,000 subs here at Warriors Today. We go live for every single game of this series, and we also upload daily Golden State Warriors videos just like this, discussing the latest news and rumors around your Dubs. So hit that big red sub button and lock us in as your #1 spot for Warriors content on YouTube. Look, I don't think that any percentages or statistics or anything of the matter really needs to be addressed or harped upon when you look at the result of this game. Look, Golden State shoots 9 of 32 from three-point range. Not good. Minnesota shoots a really, really good percentage, especially compared to what they did in Game 1, where they started the game 0 of 16 from deep. They shoot 16 of 37 from long range this time. You get a +7 in the three-point advantage for Minnesota, and that kind of dictates the game. They get killed on the assist game once again. Obviously, we know that Golden State is going to have trouble scoring the basketball and generating consistent offense when 30's not out there on the floor. We knew this. We went into this situation knowing that Steph being on the floor is massive for Golden State. And we know now that it's not going to be easy for a lot of these role players to generate their own offense. We've known that the whole season. When Steph has come off the floor and gone to the bench, Golden State's offense crumbles. And moving into Game 3, the Warriors role players will be a lot more comfortable in their home arena in the Chase Center. But you're going to need more from the guys at the top of your lineup as well. As Jimmy Butler only had 13 shots attempted in this game. And yes, this game was kind of out of hand in the back half of the fourth quarter, but he only had 5 attempted shots in the first half. If Steph is not out there on the floor, completely unavailable, that's unacceptable if you're Jimmy Butler. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You got to go out there and be the alpha. You took a Miami Heat team to the finals twice as the leading ball handler, scorer, go-getter on offense. I understand. Jimmy is at a different point in his career now where he's trying to be more of a connector, more of a facilitator. I understand. But if you get deep into the paint on one of these guys, why are you kicking it out when Golden State clearly is not shooting the 3-ball at a high clip? Go down low, pump fake, draw contact. I would even take a contested fall-away jumper from 8 feet out for Jimmy Butler over a kick out to honestly, whoever three-pointer. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Unless it's Buddy Hield, who's wide, naked, the hell open. Go up, Jimmy. Be more aggressive. We're going to need that back in the Bay. Draymond, I just don't understand. As a 35-year-old man, a player who has 4 championship rings in his closet, a player who has played over 1,000 basketball games in the National Basketball Association, that he can't keep his composure. I don't get it. He picked up another technical foul tonight. Now he is 2 techs away from being suspended. He's also 2 flagrants away from being suspended. So he's walking on very, very thin ice right now, and he continued to jaw at everybody after the call was already made. Can you be a man? Can you be a grown-up for 1 second and, I don't know, not shoot 1 of 6 from three-point range as well? Look, I don't know, man. Draymond, he was awesome in Game 1, but you gotta not be a child in these situations. And if he continues to act like that, then he's going to be suspended. And guess what? In my opinion, Draymond Green is the second most important player to this Warriors team. Yes, over Jimmy Butler. Because if he's not out there on the floor, especially for an extended stretch, the defense, it crumbles completely. There's one major silver lining from this game, though. I hate to admit it, but Jonathan Kuminga played himself a pretty solid ball game. Early on, I had actually tweeted out that Kuminga is the worst basketball player in the National Basketball Association. He made me eat my words a little bit. And I do think that his athleticism was pretty positive to kind of cutting into this Minnesota lead that they had big throughout the game. I think Kuminga might deserve a starting spot for Game 4. As far as being able to just score the basketball raw, he can do it. He can do it. And he was in the right spots tonight. He did, have a couple of tragic turnovers that I can't ignore. But he did his job, and this is by far his best game of the postseason so far. We'll talk more about the individual performances because Golden State went very deep into their bench tonight. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to our sponsor on the program, and that is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports platform because it's daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works. All you guys got to do is pick 2 or more players, 2 to 6 to be exact, and just pick more or less on their projected stats, whether it's basketball, baseball, hockey. Playoffs galore going on right now. They also got fun stuff like bowling, darts, golf, and esports. Like, you can do anything on Prize Picks. Combine the sports if you want to in the same lineup, and you can win up to 2,000 times your money. I love Prize Picks because they always want to make it easier for you guys to win real money watching your favorite sports. Like our promo code, CLNS, that gives you $50 instantly when you place your first $5 entry. So use that promo code like you see in the bottom right of your screen and in the comments and description. Also, they have Taco Tuesday, where they discount stat projections. Flex Friday, where if you lose your lineup, they give it back to you in promo funds up to $20. As for my Game 3 lineup for Prize Picks, I had Buddy Hield less than 15 points, and I was pretty sharp on that. Hield ended up with 15 on the dot. So I was right on the nose there, so that leg pushed. We also have Rudy Gobert more than 11 rebounds. Gobert ended up with 9, so I lost that one. But Podziemski more than 5.5 rebounds. He had 6. We got Dante DiVincenzo less than 6.5 threes attempted. He had 8. But Jimmy Butler more than 8 free throws attempted. I don't know if that one hit either. So I was pretty rough on this Prize Picks, but you can tell my picks or fade them. Just do it at Prize Picks. Download Prize Picks today. Use the promo code CLNS for $50 instantly when you place your first $5 entry. You don't even need to win that entry to receive the $50. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. All that information is clickable down in the comment section and description of today's video. This guy needs to figure it the hell out. It doesn't, like, if you didn't watch this game, and you see this stat line from Pods where the Warriors lose by 24, you wouldn't think this is the worst performance out there. And he was actually a positive plus-minus for Golden State tonight. I believe he was a +1, the only player that was in the green for Golden State. But offensively, he was awful. He was legitimately awful tonight. 104 from 3 again, cannot find the shot. And if you're Brandon Podziemski, a player who can definitely draw contact and sell it after the foul, why aren't we driving more? Why aren't we getting into the teeth of this Minnesota defense? I feel like driving lanes for Golden State in this series so far have been pretty solid. Like, they've been able to get into the paint deep into the teeth of the Minnesota defense, but more often than not, they're kicking out for an open 3, and yeah, I get it. If you're open, shoot it, but Golden State took a lot of contested triples tonight, and they were clearly not very efficient. Pods has to be way better on offense, in my opinion. He was good defensively, though. I'll give him that. Hield, we knew what was coming. And honestly, he shot a pretty good percentage from three-point range. But again, like, Golden State loses by 24. Like, I can't draw many positive performances here because, one, Buddy Hield has scored 57 points over the previous 2 games. 15 points tonight in a full game without Steph. We needed more. From Buddy. And again, I'm not hitting the panic button yet. Golden State did their job, but clearly, some guys on the roster need to do their job a little bit better, including Quentin Post, who he snelled it tonight. Now, nearly didn't play as many minutes as Tony Snell. I think he only had less than 10 minutes in this game. I mean, after he started the ball game, Golden State goes down 13-0, and we don't see him again for the rest of the night. He's probably not that playable in this series, guys, to be quite honest with you. It's Minnesota's got good enough bigs offensively to be able to mitigate what he does. And Quentin Post's a bad defender, has not been able to hit the outside shot. And at that point, then he doesn't deserve to be out there on the floor. But Kevon Looney didn't play in this game, and I thought he probably should have. Pat Spencer did his thing for, I guess, however long he was in the ball game. But again, just was not a positive contributor. I think he was a minus 14 in this ball game. He ended up getting in the game late in the fourth quarter as Golden State waved the white flag. But Spencer on the night, it was a minus 20. Just not gonna do it. Not going to do it at all. I think Golden State is in a good spot to be able to win a game 3 or a game 4. All they got to do is go and get one in Golden State, and then that makes this series at minimum a 6-gamer. Steph will be back for game 6. I can count on that. But how do the Warriors win game 3 against Minnesota? Let me know what your keys are down in the comments section, because, look, it wasn't very much to draw from this game. Warriors got beat. They made a nice surge in the third quarter, but it just wasn't enough, as we know that it's very difficult for them to generate offense. How do the Warriors win game 3? Let me know down in the comments section. And make sure you are subscribed to the channel. YouTube.com/WarriorsTV. Daily Golden State Warriors videos. And we're live for every single Warriors playoff game. So lock us in. Hit that big red sub button. We'll see you guys all in the next one. And as always, let's go Dubs.